Hi, welcome to Good Evening KU. I'm Sophia.
I'm Easy.
And today we are so excited to host the show. So, Yeezy, we actually have class together. And I know that you're actually from China, which is so cool.
That's true. I'm
awesome.
an international student.
Okay, yeah. Why did you decide to come to KU?
Okay, the reason is very simple. That one of my family member teached in KU some years before. So
wow.
so he suggested me to come to there, and he said it will be a very fantastic university.
Yeah, I know. I know for myself. I love KU. Rock chalk all the way.
That's true.
But was it like a heavy process to get from knowing that you wanted to come here? Like, did you have to fill out a lot of applications and things like that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What did that process look like?
Okay, so it looks like very amazing and unbelievable, something like that. So.
Yeah. Lots of papers. What do you miss about China? And what did you say your hometown was?
Oh yes, my hometown called Xiangyang. It is a very small town in China, in the middle of the China.
Oh wow,
yes.
That's awesome. I always thought that China would be so cool to go to.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. What do you miss the most?
I miss the most about the Chinese food. I have a Chinese kitchen in China, but I don't have it yet. It's there, so yeah.
Yeah. Do you live in a dorm, or do you?
In dorm.
In a dorm?
In a dorm.
Okay. That's awesome. I know for me, I love Chinese food, but it's probably the American interpretation, so I'm sure anything that you could make would be a lot better. I trust that a lot. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, which is definitely not as exciting as China, but I get kind of homesick. I don't know about you, or, obviously, miss some things about China, but yeah.
It's also a very beautiful city, or it's a very lovely hometown, right?
Yeah. So I guess just in general, what things are you involved in on campus so far?
This is a good question. So it's very
obviously besides hosting this, show with me today.
Yeah, that's true. I
mean, what's your major? What are you studying?
Yeah, my major is in the journalism. How about you?
Yeah. So that's cool because we're both journalism majors. Taking this, super fun journalism 210 class. I thought it's been super fun to learn about video production, just all things that go into news, which is super cool. What do you want to do, as a career someday?
Yeah, maybe I want to be a reporter in the future. Or
yeah.
May I ask a question to you, please? So
yeah.
What's your hobbies? What are you always do when you have time?
In my free time, I guess I played tennis for ever since I was 5 years old. So that's something I like to do. I guess being from Nebraska too, I really like to watch football. So I don't know about you, I'm super excited about the KU football game coming up this weekend.
Me too. I'm also, I hope the KU can be the winner. And I also look the football game when I have time.
Yeah. Was it, just learning sports and did you, because, football is very American.
That's true. I mean, we don't always have a football game in China. We always have the basketball or some other games, but not American football in China.
Yeah, no, for sure. When we come back, we're so excited to have another interview, and stay tuned.
Yes.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks, you too. Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back. I'm here with a very special guest, Dr. Watson of the KU Symphony. Correct? Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So you guys have a really cool event coming up with a very special soloist. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure, I'd be delighted to. So the program that we've got coming up on Thursday this week is a work sponsored by concert, I should say, sponsored by the Lead Center, which is where the orchestra performs. And we have a wonderful soloist joining us. His name is Juan Miguel Hernandez, and he's playing the viola. We were talking a little bit before we started recording, and you're right, you know, we don't so often have viola soloists. So that's actually, I think, the first time, certainly in recent years, that the KU Symphony has had the chance to work with a viola soloist. So we're absolutely delighted. And he's going to be performing a work by Martinu called the Rhapsody Concerto for viola and orchestra. Also on the program is going to be Schumann's Third Symphony, known as the Rhenish, inspired by a visit to the Rhineland in Germany, and we open with Dvorak's Carnival Overture, which is basically, like it says, pretty much one big party.
That sounds amazing. A lot of really cool songs you've got going on there. So what about, I would say, the theme of this event? How is it different than some concerts you've done before?
Thanks for asking. So this is a really exciting thing for us in that we are partnering with another office on campus here, and that's CAPS, Counseling and Psychological Services. And this concert is basically aimed at promoting mental wellness and mental health in general, as well as sharing a little bit of information with the orchestra students involved, you know, and our general public, our audience, about the services that CAPS provide. Two of the composers, Schumann and Martinu, had really public and quite well-known battles with mental health issues. Schumann most famously threw himself into the Rhine River in an attempt to kill himself. Very fortunately, he was unsuccessful. He was actually rescued. However, he lived out his days in what was then in the 19th century an asylum. So Schumann is a very well-publicized example of a composer who really, you know, was able to achieve really great artistic heights and really write some wonderful compositions, but basically his day-to-day life was quite a struggle, and that was the same for Martinu. So I got thinking, and I thought that would be a really good opportunity to sort of, you know, highlight the challenges they faced and use it in September, which, you know, happens to be National Suicide Prevention Month, to promote the importance of reaching out for help when you feel you need it, speaking to those that can perhaps support you, sharing your feelings, you know, letting everybody know, students particularly, it's okay to not be okay, you know, and if you find yourself feeling in need of help and support, there's people that can help you. Some of those people are professional services like CAP, some of those people are faculty members such as myself, other staff members, friends, family, you know, people that you interact with on a daily basis, you know, and awareness is key. If we're able to help you, please let us know.
Yes, and so you were telling me a little bit about your ideas for next semester and how you're going to make that different as well.
Yeah, we've got quite a few exciting things coming up in general, actually. We've got a Halloween concert coming up before that. And in the Halloween concert, we're partnering with some members of our local community. The Lawrence High School Orchestra is going to join us. The Free State Orchestra is going to join us. At the end of the semester, we've got the very loved KU Vespers. And we're also going to be joined by some community members there. And next semester has got, you know, a number of really exciting things. One of them is an initiative featuring works of women composers. That is sort of something that we also passionately believe in. So we're one of 2 collegiate orchestras in the nation to have been awarded a performance grant by the Women's Philharmonic Advocacy, and that is going towards the costs associated with renting music by female composers. So next semester we'll have works by 4 female composers on the program.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what kind of work goes into planning an event of this scale?
Quite a lot, actually. So reaching out, first of all, to people and, you know, in the CAPS office. I mean, it was an idea I had. I wasn't quite sure whether it was something that they would be interested in. So first of all, seeing whether people are interested in partnering. And then, of course, getting the dialogue open as to what they feel would be important, how best to present the information that they've got, share that with students, the things that we can do. And basically putting together a sequence of events to really make it a very meaningful collaboration all round.
Yes, so can you tell me a little bit more about your soloist and how he's different from soloists you've had in the past?
Yeah, so Juan Miguel is a really wonderful, outstanding viola soloist. He was for a long time a member of the Harlem Quartet. And he's also associated with the Sphinx organization, which is in Detroit. And the Sphinx organization is a powerful advocate and voice for diversity when it comes to the classical music world. And Juan Miguel, as an African-American soloist himself, I think is going to be the first to perform with the KU Symphony Orchestra. So we're very excited by that, and we feel it's very important. And I think, you know, in terms of our initiatives with regard to collaborating with the Sphinx organization, this concert with CAPS, and certainly, you know, including more works by women composers, that will hopefully give us the opportunity to be considered across the nation as a role model with respect to diversity in a collegiate orchestral program. I hope so.
Absolutely. That's really incredible that you guys are bringing in all these different kinds of people to work with you. So when is this event? When can people come see it?
So people can come and see it Thursday evening in the Lead Center of Lawrence. Performance begins at 7:30 p.m. I believe there's going to be a pre-concert talk a little bit before that. But yes, this Thursday, 7:30 p.m.
That's really cool. And with all the context that you guys have brought in for this, I think it's going to be really impactful for a lot of people to come to that pre-show, I'd imagine. Yes?
I hope so. That's the idea, yeah.
So is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. We'd love to see you there, so do please come and join us on Thursday, 7:30 p.m., the KU Symphony Orchestra, viola soloist Juan Miguel Hernandez, and myself conducting.
Thank you so much, Dr. Watson, for coming in.
My pleasure.
And we'll be back after the break.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back. I'm Paige.
And I'm Ethan. This is your Tuesday Good Evening KU News Update. Game of Thrones and Fleabag were the big winners on Sunday night at the Emmys. Game of Thrones won Best Drama Series, trying the record for most wins in that category. The show won 12 Emmys, adding to its record total for the most wins of any television drama ever. Fleabag won 4 Emmys, including Best Actress in a Comedy, Directing, and Best Comedy Series. Billy Porter also made history by becoming the first openly gay black actor to win Best Actor in Drama for his work on Pose.
Masses of people took to the streets all around the world this weekend to participate in the week-long global climate strike. A smaller group of protesters showed up locally for the strike at Wesco Beach to join in the effort to get legislators to take action on climate change. Globally, protesters took to the streets in huge numbers in Berlin, Melbourne, and London. The strike will continue until Friday, September 27th.
Former Kansas City Mayor and current Missouri Congressman Emanuel Cleaver wants to impeach President Donald Trump. Cleaver said he had been hesitant to move forward, but now wants to take a moral stand. He said that he wants history to remember his stance on the issue.
The motorist who was shot by Lawrence police last spring is now filing charges against the city. In a lawsuit filed this week in Douglas County District Court, Akira S. Lewis alleges excessive force and emotional distress through negligence. The lawsuit charges the City of Lawrence, the Lawrence Police Department, the police chief, and the 2 officers involved in the stop.
The KU Sexual Assault Prevention and Education Center held an organized viewing of the first public interview with the victim of the Stanford swimmer rape case. Chanel Miller, who had previously identified as only Emily Doe, spoke on 60 Minutes about her experiences before, during, and after the trial of Brock Turner. Turner was eventually found guilty of 3 felonies, but sentenced to only 6 months jail time.
And of course, the big news in Lawrence is that KU has finally received the official notice of allegations from the NCAA. The university athletics program has been charged with lack of institutional control, including a charge that Bill Self violated his charge of responsibility in the overall program. In total, there are 5 Level 1 violations and 2 Level 1 violations. KU officials have 90 days to respond to the charges.
We'll have more on this story and other KU athletics teams coming up after the break in sports. Please keep watching.
In America, littering is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. In the U.S. alone, 250 million pieces of trash are littered each year, costing $11.5 billion in cleanup. Of that number, 40% of the trash comes from motorists on highways. We are slowly destroying our natural resources by littering so much as a society. Next time you see trash on the ground, do your part and throw it away.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Chloe. This is your Good Evening KU Sports Update. As the fallout from the NCAA allegations continues, head coach Bill Self announced on Friday that freshman guard Isaac McBride has withdrawn from the basketball program. McBride was a 3-star recruit and the #1 player from the state of Arkansas. Self expressed his disappointment with the decision and wished McBride the best.
Coach Self also announced that former KU basketball player Perry Ellis is returning to KU to complete his undergraduate degree and join the basketball staff. Ellis will work towards his sports management degree and join the team as a video coordinator.
The football team lost its conference opener on Saturday against West Virginia 29-24. The home game drew in the biggest crowd of the season, and Coach Miles was pleased with the turnout.
I was thrilled. You walked into a stadium that was very live, that people were enjoying football, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with now. All I'm going to do is win a couple more games in a row, and do some things that we should enjoy doing. Because to me, the support is coming, and we are coming. So.
Kansas will play on the road this week against TCU, and Coach Miles said that while the offense still needs some work, the defense has turned it up, and he is proud of them.
Our defense playing lights out. Let me tell you when you can see a defense. It's first and goal at the 10-yard line. They just gave you a penalty for pass interference that was at least most questionable. But you know what they did? They rehuddled. They said, okay, this is what we need to do to win the game. Let's go do it. And they held them to a three-pointer. That defense is in gear and going.
The soccer team split a pair of games last weekend, losing to 7th-ranked BYU on Thursday, but then bouncing back to defeat Kennesaw State on Sunday. The Jayhawks are now 8-2 and ready to begin conference play on Thursday when they will host Texas. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at Rock Chalk Park, and the game will be shown on Fox Sports 1.
The volleyball team continues to struggle. After a 3-0 start, the team has lost 4 in a row and 6 of the last 7 matches. KU is now 4-6 for the season and will also begin Big 12 conference play this week. The Jayhawks will host Baylor at 1 p.m. on Saturday in the Horsch Family Volleyball Arena.
And in professional football, the Chiefs held off Baltimore on Sunday to remain one of 8 undefeated teams. Patrick Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns against the Ravens in a 33-28 victory. Kansas will travel to Detroit this coming Sunday to face the Lions, who are 2-0-1. Kickoff is at noon on Fox.
That's all we have for sports today. Today is the second day of fall, and Jade will be here after the break to tell us if summer is going to stick around a little while longer. Please keep watching.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Hi, welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Jade Steffensmeyer with your weather for tonight. But first we're going to go outside to Emily, who's outside of Anschutz right now. Emily, how's the weather out there?
Hi, Jade. It's actually really nice. It feels a lot cooler today than it did this morning. And it's a little bit cloudy, but pretty much a blue sky. So it feels really nice and refreshing compared to the last couple of weeks when it's been almost 90 degrees.
Yeah, I bet. It's actually been really nice today, which is really nice. So what are people wearing around campus? Are they wearing like sweatshirts now, or are they still wearing summer clothes like shorts and tank tops?
People are still mainly wearing t-shirts and shorts, but you can tell throughout once it gets a little bit colder towards the evening, people are starting to definitely wear a sweatshirt or throw on something over their t-shirts or shorts since it's getting a little cooler at night.
Gotcha. Well, thanks so much, Emily. We're going to bring it back inside right now. So right now it is 79 degrees outside, mostly cloudy, with some pretty strong winds. It's pretty windy outside right now. And then for the rest of the evening, it's going to stay in the 70s, and it's going to stay pretty cloudy, getting down to around 74 degrees at 9 o'clock tonight. For later tonight, we're going to have a lot of thunderstorms later, 60% chance at around midnight, and if those do occur, it'll last around till 6 a.m. probably. An update on another hurricane. So Hurricane Carolyn is actually hitting Puerto Rico as we speak right now. It's going to go north up, and it's most likely not going to hit the United States, hopefully, but Puerto Rico is being hit right now. So we'll keep watching that to see if it turns into a bigger category hurricane. For tomorrow, partly cloudy and 83 degrees, a lot like today, just a little bit less windy. And then for the precipitation for the next 24 hours, so as I was talking about, we do have a chance of rain tonight, but as you can see, we're probably not going to get more than about 0.1 or 0.2 inches from the rain tonight. And then the extended forecast for the rest of the week. So as I was saying, tomorrow is going to be pretty nice, 83, partly cloudy. And then Thursday it's going to be a little bit cooler and nicer, mostly sunny. And then from Friday through Tuesday, as you can see, it's going to get super rainy all week. This whole weekend it's going to be raining into the next week. So make sure you have your umbrella ready for that. But that's all we have for you tonight on Good Evening KU. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.